Four, three, two, one. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Be Real Entertainment presents Sports Spit, and I'm your host, Jay Maurice, with my co-host,
Victor Garner, Slick Vic, what up, man?
Hey, we coming to you from the Hall of Game, where we're giving you 360 degrees of game. For those that don't understand, that's game all the way around.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Hey, today's show, we talking about Catfish or Bad Bitch Reloaded.
Reloaded.
Yeah.
Time for the reveal, the big reveal.
Yeah, we did a podcast earlier in the season where we did a Catfish or Bad Bitch about the NBA teams, and we gonna go back and look at if there was actually a catfish or a bad bitch.
So last time I did the bar scene scenario, so it's only right that I redo it. So now we at the part of the evening where, you know, we had the last call and they turn on the lights and we're trying to see that chick you've been buying drinks for all night.
See what she really look like.
Right, or a bad bitch. So here we go, man. Yeah, we're gonna get into it.
Okay. The first team that I wanted to speak on is the Cleveland Cavaliers. Now, I said that they were a bad bitch.
Yeah, definitely.
What did you say? You said
bad bitch too? Yeah, she was, yeah.
So that pretty much turned out true. Although they ain't in that third spot like I thought they probably would be, but they still a bad bitch. And I don't think the teams in the East is gonna be wanting to see Cleveland.
Yeah, well, I think they're a tier below the top three teams. I still think that Boston, Philly, and Milwaukee are just a step ahead of them. Can I see them beating them in the playoffs? Maybe. I mean, I wouldn't be shocked. You know, okay. It's in the realm of possibility, but I don't see it happening. But that still don't take away from them being a bad bitch. She was who we thought she was.
Okay. And the next team, the Atlanta Hawks. Now, you call them catfish, and I call them catfish.
Yeah,
they catfish.
Yeah, they catfish. Yeah, I ain't buying no drinks, man.
Although they did lose their coach mid-season, but they still was a catfish. Only reason why they lost their coach is because they wasn't playing right.
And they kept not playing right.
Yeah.
And so...
But I thought with the addition of DeJounte Murray that, you know, that they would have been in the mix. But they don't even seem like they even in the mix.
Yeah, I thought he was a good acquisition. I mean, they're in the 8th spot right now, but you know, catfish or bad bitch, they're supposed to be like a top,
at least top 6.
Yeah, top team. Yeah, out of the play-in.
Right.
And that's not who they were. That's not who they are. So I think we identified that one. Spot on.
Right. The Philadelphia 76ers. You called them.
I called them a bad bitch, man.
A bad bitch.
Yeah, I knew that back when we recorded the pod, they were kind of floundering. Harden was out, and then Embiid was kind of in and out of the lineup at the beginning of the season.
Right.
And so, you know, they kind of had just a bad start. You know, and they had inconsistent lineups, no continuity. You know, in the rotation. You know, that early in the season, and yeah, I think right now, I mean, Embiid's in the MVP race.
Yeah. He was leading it until he got hurt.
He started sitting out. I'm not even sure what happened. I don't know what he's sitting out with, but I know it's nothing major. But I was really looking forward to that game with him and Jokic in Denver, man.
Right.
I was so sorry that he sat out, but yeah, that don't take it away. I mean, they still got Harden out, so they lost a few games, and so I don't really count it against them because they still don't have their full team anyway. But so I think Boston's gonna have their hands full with them, even though Boston's a pretty a bad matchup for Philly. Seem like
because they got Boston's bench is deep.
I don't know how deep it is, but they got those wings.
Yeah, then you got the centers, the Williams, and ain't the other one named Williams too? They got 2 Williams.
I don't know. I know
The
Robert
dude with
Williams.
the dreads and the dude
Yeah,
to
Robert
shoot
Williams.
the three.
Robert Williams, he's always in and out. He's always hurt though. He's always in and out of the lineup. And I'm sure if B started bullying him around, I think, yeah.
And then they got Horford.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
so-
Horford's the big that probably give Embiid a little trouble just because he's gonna have Embiid.
He always played Embiid tough.
Yeah, he gonna have him. He gonna have Embiid on the perimeter and Embiid standing about the 3-point line and don't affect the paint like he normally would. You know, if he's not playing against people, shooters or people who can shoot and space the floor.
Right.
But yeah, man, Philly, Bad Bissh. I think the vibe I got from you was Catfish. That was the vibe I got.
That was probably the vibe, but I didn't give a definite answer. I was leaning towards Catfish, but
That's what
I
it felt like to me.
I didn't give a definite answer on the 76ers. I kind of
He
swerved
played the
out of
fifth.
that one.
He played the fifth on Philly.
Right. Okay, the next team is the Brooklyn Nets.
Oof.
And you called them a bad bitch.
I think I was right. I was right at the time, man. Because when they traded Kyrie and KD, they were like the third seed or something. They were like the third or fourth seed.
I think they was like
They the sixth seed now.
Yeah.
They six now, so they had to be. They were up there. So I think I identified with Kyrie and Kevin Durant. They were a bad bitch, and
well, I said they was a bad bitch too. As long as they had their head in the game, and as long as Kyrie was playing, and we all know Kevin was gonna do what he do.
and then Kyrie said something about Jewish people and immediately was out the lineup.
Kyrie didn't even say nothing about Jewish people. He just
you're right.
made
You're
reference
right,
to
you're right.
Or reposted
Yeah,
something.
he just reposted it.
And
Yeah, you're
They
right.
acted like he tried to kill a president or something. You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. He ain't had no gun. He just made a reference, and all those folks got up in arms. I mean, they just were so angry.
He might have missed more time than Morant did.
He did miss more time and more games than John Morant.
Mm-hmm. And that's why he wanted to get up out of there. Like, man, get me out of here.
Yeah.
But back to the Brooklyn Nets.
Right now they're Catfish.
Well, but that's not the team. I want to
talk about the team.
Yeah, I want to give it incomplete because that team isn't the team that we graded.
That's absolutely true. That's absolutely true.
So we can call it incomplete. We can say NA not applicable, but I think that this is not the team that we made reference to at the beginning of the year. I get it if they traded one major piece or like Dallas or something like that, but this isn't that situation.
They lost the coach early, and then to lose Kyrie Irving, then Kevin Durant. And then it wasn't no really. I mean, for real, they just really sunk their own ship.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
they just blew it all up.
I mean, a ship gonna sink with dumpster juice on it, man. Can't float. Dumpster juice heavy.
Well, no, I can't really call them out dumpster juice because they still in what the sixth spot.
Yeah, they still in the sixth spot. But they sent dumpster juice home though. They ain't sent him home, but they said he probably won't play the rest of the year. He said he's got some background, man. Yeah. Dumpster juice, yeah. So I mean, Simmons. Yeah.
Man, oh man, Ben Simmons. He been disappointing, man. He's been disappointing for the last couple years.
Does he get another chance? Like, when I say
not on nobody else's team.
Okay, well, okay. I was about to say, and when I say I'm sure somebody will take him on their roster, but I'm talking about as a starting guard. Mm-hmm. Like, because when he came to Brooklyn, he got the starting job by default. They just gave it to him.
Right.
And I think that part of his career is over.
Yeah, that starting part.
Yeah. Well,
I don't think he really want to play. He really seemed disinterested. He got his money. He cool. He like, man, I'm rich. I'm good.
Yeah, I kind of heard stories about him
and
being more interested.
Girls.
Oh, I was about to say just being more interested in partying.
Yeah, and hanging out with girl rappers and stuff like that. And
I mean, but you can play in the games because he be there. Ain't like ain't like he don't be there. I mean, you can play and still hang out with the rapper girls. Your schedule ain't changed one bit, whether you play it or not.
but that's I think that's taking his focus off. You know what I'm saying?
Off the rapper girls. You're like, man, I can't come to
sure
these games,
focused
man.
on the hoop games, huh? Okay, let's get off it. Oh, but they still got Dimwitty, your boy.
Oh, Dim Wizzle. Yeah. That's why they in the 6 spot now. Like they can't sing all the way. Like
he the one that's holding them up there.
Uh-huh.
But let's go to the Indiana Pacers. I called them a catfish, and you called them a catfish because when we did this, they were up in the standings. They was like in what, 4th or 5th place. And what place they in now? Did they fall all the way out of the play-in, or is they in the play-in?
They 12th right now.
They ain't even in the play-in.
Yeah, they're 3.5 back, which ain't gonna happen. Yeah, they catfish. Yeah,
all the way.
We was in the nightclub and we seen them ones was fake from a mile away, man. They throwing fake ones. Like, nah, what y'all doing, man? They fraudulent. They fraudulent. They fraudulent.
Okay. I don't know why they just slipped. They didn't have no departures. Like they didn't lose. They sent what's dude's name?
Oh, Turner.
They didn't lose Turner or Buddy Hield. They still got both of them.
Mm-hmm.
And
Halliburton. Yeah, Matherin.
And Matherin. You know what I'm saying? I just knew that they was gonna be a better team.
Do you feel like they kind of submarined their standing this year by just keeping Matherin on the bench? Because they didn't make him a starter. Like,
I think they Victor Wembanyama fishing.
Oh, well, yeah.
I think they trying to go after Victor
and Wembanyama, and they should have just committed to it, man. I mean, I don't know, the 12th seed. I mean, they're not going to be like in the top 5. I mean, that's you want to have as many lottery balls as you can. I mean, because he's a franchise changing player.
Yeah.
By all, just I don't know. He feels like a can't miss prospect to me. As long as he doesn't get hurt, I think he's a can't miss. I don't see him getting bullied out of the NBA because he wasn't physical enough or because he wasn't skillful enough. I think I think as long as he can stay healthy, then he's a can't miss. And I don't know that the Pacers have an avenue to getting a player like that outside the draft.
Okay. Now the next team is the Heat. Now you called them catfish. I called them a bad bitch.
One of us was wrong.
I just knew that their defense would, keep them in the conversation. But for some reason, they defense slipped, and they don't really got the offense. The only person that was probably doing something was Bam Adebayo. Right. Yeah. Well. And Butler.
Yeah. I mean, Butler's been in and out of the lineup though all year, and I mean Miami's in the discussion. It's just for the play-in.
Yeah, but I figured they wouldn't be in no play-in position.
Yeah, I mean, well, I'm joking by saying they're in a conversation of play-in because they got the play-in pretty much locked up. They're trying to get the 6th seed from Brooklyn, which they're a half game back. So, honestly, they should be able to catch Brooklyn. I mean, I think Brooklyn belongs in the play-in. I mean,
well, I think if they catch Brooklyn, then I would have to call them. They still
a 6th seed.
Bitch. Yeah,
a 6th seed.
Yeah, that's out of the play-in.
I mean, can you be a bad bitch with braces?
Like, yeah. Yeah, man, what you think? And there's some nice ones out there.
Some half-inch glasses.
Nah, I ain't got the glasses. But
she got braces and half-inch glasses, man. Like,
you can get past them braces, bro.
Sounds like some experience talking.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I call
I
them
think
catfish, man.
I think if they at least get into that 6 seed, that they they be in the conversation for a Bad Bissh.
Can they do some damage though?
And that would have to be yet to be determined.
I mean, 3 seed. If they win, if their first matchup would be against Philly right now, or it'd be against Boston if they catch Boston. Well, not at Boston. Yeah, I don't think Philly's 2.5 back in Boston, so they're
But
not.
see, you
It'll
got to
be against
think
Philly.
like if they play either Philly or Boston, that'll be a good matchup as long as Jimmy in there. And Bam.
You think Bam got something for Embiid?
No. But I don't think it'd be to have like a monstrous game, like, you know what I'm saying, against Bam.
Okay.
I think Bam, Bam, he probably wouldn't stay like even with him, but he'll have enough for him to get a win.
Okay. Jimmy on the perimeter, locking up, maybe.
You know he's gonna take.
You say Maxey. You need to put him on Harden.
They probably put him on Harden.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't think that's what they should put him on, just because he's the point guard of the team.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
But we'll see. I don't believe it though. I don't believe in it. I mean, I know the Heat culture, and Heat culture is a real thing, but sometimes you just don't have the horses, man.
Right.
I think this year's just smoke and mirrors for them.
Okay. The next team would be the Denver Nuggets.
Okay, going back out west, huh? West, all right.
Now, you called them Catfish, and I called them a sexy catfish. Now, when I say a sexy catfish, I was meaning like, they still pretty good.
Uh-huh.
And they still the number 1 seed out west,
Yeah.
But why I was calling them a catfish is because they probably don't make it to the finals.
Well, when we brought up the Denver Nuggets, I used the premise of them being a title contender, though. It wasn't just them being a good team, because they were already the number 2 seed at the time.
Right.
We knew they were good, but did we believe that they can win the title?
No, that's why I call them a sexy catfish, because they the number 1 team, but I don't think that they will win the championship.
Okay, well, what about out west? Can they get to the finals?
The Western Conference finals?
No. Can they get to the NBA finals and make it out?
They probably can get to the finals, but I don't think that that'll happen. But they're not going to win the title. Even if they get to the finals, they're not going to win.
I agree. Who do you think is their biggest challenge out west? Like if you just had to guess for a team to take them out, just say a name. Who comes to mind?
I can say 2 teams.
Okay, go ahead.
Memphis and the Suns.
Oh, yeah. But fortunate for them, they're in the 1 spot, and Memphis is number 2, so they wouldn't see them until the conference finals.
Right.
But Phoenix right now is in the 4th spot, and they seem to be locked into the 4th spot. Well, they're not locked into the 4th spot because the Clippers are right behind them.
And the Warriors.
Yeah. But they're getting Kevin Durant back tonight, supposedly. So I don't see I don't see either of those 2 teams being able to keep pace with them. But we'll see how that plays out down the stretch. But that means that Denver will have to play Phoenix in the 2nd round.
Right.
So to win an NBA championship or to get to NBA finals, they've got to beat Memphis and Phoenix.
Right. And I don't see it happening.
I don't see it happening.
No.
I don't see it happening.
No.
So I mean,
you called them a catfish. I called them a sexy catfish.
Yeah, I mean, a catfish is still a catfish, man. A dog is a dog. You can't put rabbit ears on a turtle and call it a rabbit. Like, nah, it's a turtle, man. I don't care what you do to it. You can put it in lingerie. It's still a turtle.
Right. Okay. Let's go to the next team. The next team is the New Orleans Pelicans. You called them a catfish. No, I called them a catfish.
Yeah.
And you called them a bad bitch.
I definitely call them a bad bitch. And I think I think this is kind of
Go ahead and explain yourself.
This is kind of like the Brooklyn thing to me. Kind of, sort of, not really.
No.
But this
First
is like,
of all, they don't got no players like a Kevin Durant or Kyrie Irving, you know, and they didn't lose their coach and Kevin Durant or Kyrie Irving. He's Zion, but he is not a Kevin Durant and he is not a Kyrie Irving.
I disagree, man. I think that Zion is on par with Kyrie.
Who?
With Kyrie.
He's not. Kyrie's still up here.
Were they the number one team in the West with him? Were they the number one team in the West with him?
That was early. Before in the season. He got hurt. And I told you, I said that they're going to fall. I was like, man, they're going to fall. They're not going to hold that top spot up there. I said, man, that's just smoke and mirrors. You know, that was not, I knew it. And they don't have Kyrie's still a hell of a player when he got his mind right.
Yeah, I mean, Kyrie's an amazing player. I'm not taking it by saying that Zion is up there with him. I'm calling Zion an amazing player. I'm not saying that
games
Kyrie
to be called an amazing player.
His impact, man, when he get on the court, his impact is like they don't know what to do with it. They can't do nothing with him. I think that's amazing. Like I think that makes you amazing.
Yeah.
Whether he can sustain it or not, I mean, that's a different story. That's a different question. That's a different topic. Man, but as far as
I'm gonna say this, Kyrie helped win a championship in Cleveland, and he made the shot to win the game.
Yeah.
You know, Zion is nothing like that. Nothing.
But the difference is that Zion is the number one player on that team.
Is he?
Yeah. Is he? Yeah, he's the number one player on that team.
He's probably the fan favorite player on the team, but I say Brandon Ingram is the number one player.
He wasn't the number one player when they were number one in the standings. They were playing through Zion. They couldn't stop Zion. Like, you know, I mean, they can't do much with Ingram either, but they can't. At least they had a plan with Ingram.
Man, I feel like Brandon Ingram. He's the one player that gives KD fits. I mean, he gives him fits.
Yeah, I mean, he's the only player that's kind of in that mode. That's kind of built like Durant and kind of, kind of has that skill set. And now, I don't want anybody, getting crazy and saying I'm saying he's Kevin Durant because he's not. But they've got that skill. I mean, it's kind of like I don't know, like a Kobe Vince Carter thing. Like, no, Vince Carter is not as good as Kobe. You being fool to think that Vince Carter was as good as Kobe, but he's got the skill set, and for a game he could be Vince. He could be like Kobe. For a game or so. But yeah, I think I don't know. I think that's pretty accurate. I think that's pretty apt because he's not Kevin Durant. He won't go down as one of the top scorers in the league that we've ever seen. But he gets buckets. Yeah, and it's hard to stop him. It is hard to stop him.
And he played defense.
He'll guard
nice
too.
Defense because he used to give KD fits.
Yeah, he'll guard too because he got that length.
Right. Okay. We both said no. You called him a bad bitch. I called him a catfish.
Yeah, but I think we can't, man. I think just the injuries, man. They just had too many injuries to even give them a real grade. They failed on attendance, man.
To me, it's like where you end up. I know things are gonna happen during the year. You're gonna be injuries, but to me, and when I was grading them, as far as calling them catfish or bad bitch, I was taking all that into account, and I just knew that they was gonna be catfish.
Yeah, I gave them when I said my bad bitch. I prefaced it by saying I'm gonna have faith. I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt and say they're gonna be healthy.
So you wanted Zion just to be in there. He's never been in there a whole season since he's been in the league. I mean, he probably only played 82 games.
Yeah, he came in this year in shape for Zion, and he was supposed to be putting the league on notice, and he did, and then he got hurt again.
And what happened to the notice?
Maybe the notice was maybe it was a vacation notice. Like, man, I'm only gonna be here so long, so y'all better come watch me while I'm here.
Right.
But yeah,
Okay.
definitely not the team I thought they were.
Right. So keeping it moving, the Dallas Mavericks. You called them a catfish, and I called them a catfish. And I don't know what's happening. They having some type of internal problem with that team, man, because they supposed to be better than what they is. You know, Kyrie ain't really playing. When he first got there, he was playing lights out, like Kyrie. You know, he was trying to let them know, like, hey, I'm Kyrie Irving. I can play. I can do this, do that. But these last few games, he ain't been looking like that Kyrie. He been scoring like 16, 18, maybe 20 points. Luka been 35, 40. And you know, I don't know if he like, okay, y'all like Luka so much, we going to let Luka handle it. And I'm just going to be a regular player.
Mm-hmm.
Because actually, they only played like, 12 games together the whole year.
What's their record with them on 12 games?
4-8.
Oof.
They won 4 games and lost 8. And I was saying, like, man, look, they're going to have to find out how to play with each other. They're going to have to find out who going to have the ball, who going to take the last shot, and just when they need a bucket, who they going to go to, you know. And I don't think they figured that out yet. You know, they really haven't figured that out.
Yeah, and I kind of want to go back to you saying that Zion ain't the caliber player Kyrie is. What were we saying about Kyrie? Kyrie ain't playing.
Kyrie
ain't
got
playing up to
his
his
mind
potential.
right.
And so that's almost it's almost as bad as being hurt, not being focused, and not or having your own agenda.
Okay.
Because because what is Kyrie doing? You know, I mean, I feel like it's like you said. It was like, oh, okay, so y'all just want to let Luka cook. All right, I'll get out the kitchen. I'll step aside.
Right.
You know, like, y'all want me to be sous chef? All right,
right.
I'm a sous the hell out of this. You know, like I'm just cutting the potatoes now. Don't ask me to get on the stove. Nah, I'm on potatoes. Remember?
I still think Kyrie's trying to make his way to the Lakers. I think he's trying to make his way to the Lakers. He's not happy.
Now, why would he try to go to the Lakers though? The Lakers ain't got no room to get him.
To play with LeBron and AD. Man, if LeBron say I want Kyrie, they will clear the whole cupboard out.
I think he said that this year, cause he damn sure complained or threw a tantrum when they didn't get him. He's like, I guess I'm the problem. You see that tweet?
Nah.
I guess maybe I am the problem. Like maybe you are the problem.
Trying to be GM.
Yeah. Maybe you are the problem. Yeah.
But you know.
And that's because LeBron's getting what he wanted is how we got Russell Westbrook.
Exactly.
Like, why don't you just sit down and let the people do their job? You know.
I don't feel like they GM is a real GM. He's an agent. You know, he should be doing agent stuff and not GMing. You know what I'm saying? He's not no GM, man.
Pelinka, I mean, didn't they get
that was Kobe's agent.
Yeah, I know. I mean,
he probably pulled off a deal or two, but he is not no real agent, man.
If we look at his resume though, he got LeBron James there. That's on his resume.
No, Magic Johnson got him there.
Whether you say that or not, it's on his resume. As a general manager, that's on his resume.
Magic.
It ain't on Magic's resume.
That is on Magic's resume.
Anthony Davis is on Rob Pelinka's resume.
Well, that's because
that NBA title is on his resume.
What title?
The 2020 title. The 2020 title.
The COVID bubble title? The champion? The tournament? Because that's all that was a tournament. There wasn't no championship. Not like last year, how the Warriors won a true championship. That was a true championship.
Well,
there wasn't no a bubble title where folks didn't even really want to be in the bubble or play and was scared. You know, now that was something else. You know, but if you want to get that to them, be my guest. Hey,
the NBA gave it to them, man.
It's still like a tournament.
They had all the teams there, and they beat all the teams.
That was that. But like I've said, they wasn't nobody focused. Everybody was still COVID was brand new.
That ain't their fault.
Yes, that's
somebody was gonna win.
Exactly what a Los Angeles Lakers fan would say. Yeah.
But yeah. So Rob, I don't know.
He's not no GM.
I think he's done a fine job. I mean,
that's why he got Russell Westbrook. That's on his resume too.
That's on his resume.
And that Magic ain't got nothing to do with that.
You mean? Well, I don't know.
He done let a lot of good players go. He let Brandon Ingram go. He done let the boy in Chicago who you can't remember his name.
I want to make an public apology. Alex Caruso, I'm sorry, man.
There you go.
I'm sorry. I thought of your name the next day.
He let him
Alex
go.
Caruso. How do I not know that, man? The Caruso.
Yeah. If I ain't mistaken, he even let Julius Randle go.
Yeah. Well, yeah, they all played. Randle actually played with LeBron. I mean, but they couldn't. I mean, they were getting Anthony Davis. They had to do something. They had to make some room somehow.
Hey, I'm just saying.
I mean, because Brandon Ingram was in the Anthony Davis trade. That's why he in New Orleans today.
Right.
They gave up him. They gave up Hart. They had some good players.
They gave up some hell of a good players.
They had some good players. So you give up good to get great. He played great. He played great in the bubble. He played great.
I just keep telling, and that's the only time he played great too.
Hey, ain't my fault.
Hold on. Is that the only time he played great? Was he great last year? No. Nah. Is he great this year?
Nah.
No.
Nah.
See, I mean, bruh. AD is AD. AD a good player, but it's levels to this. You know what I'm saying? It's levels. Right. And I ain't saying he ain't a good player, but he just ain't. He ain't got that factor yet, even with his bubblegum ring.
I think you win a championship. I think you're the risk. It was worth the risk. Like that Miami championship. I know LeBron said he was gonna win 7 rings. Everybody knew that was foolishness. But but they won 2 rings, and you can call that. It was a success on an organizational standpoint. Now, it wasn't a success to LeBron or Dwayne Wade, because they were the best 2 players in the league, or they were 2 of the best players in the league at the time. And they were 2 of the top 5 best players in the league at the time. And they went 2-2 in the NBA Finals. But, so they probably won't call it a success, but the organization, for what they did to get those players, that was a success. Because you've got teams that have been around 20 years and haven't won a title.
Well, my thing is for you to have a team assembled like they had. They were supposed to win more titles than 2.
Oh yeah,
because in the 4 years that he was there,
I agree.
He only won 2, won 2 and lost 2. Okay, so if you was taking a math test or something like that. And you only got half the answers right, even if it was a 100-question test and you only got 50 of them right, that's an F. That's an F. You failed. You got to repeat that grade or repeat the test over. Yes, it is, man. You ain't 50% has never been a D.
Yeah, I'm not saying that that's. But you could say. What, the Warriors?
Huh?
The Warriors.
Okay, say what? What are we talking about?
What? So let's see. Steph, Clay, and Draymond.
These Warriors?
Those Warriors, yeah. They've been together, what, 8 years? Is it 8 years? Is it 6 years? They got 4 titles, and I think it's 4 titles in 8 years. I think that's 50. You know, that's winning. That's winning 50% of the time.
But they were a team that was all drafted. You know, well, LeBron put this team. LeBron and D Wade constructed this team.
Right.
You know, and they were slated to be, you know, all world. You know what I'm saying?
And they were.
Steph, Clay, and Draymond were drafted there. You know, and they didn't have the type of fanfare or the hoopla or the, you know, nobody thought Draymond was going to be Draymond.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody thought Steph was going to be Steph. You know what I'm saying? LeBron was already who he was. Dwayne Wade won the championship already. And Chris Bosh was doing his thing in Toronto.
Right.
You know. Well, so that ain't a good one.
The thing about my
and although they got 4 rings.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean the thing about my argument is I wanted to win my argument. But so I didn't want to use the Kevin Durant and Steph Curry because that's the only other time that I can think of in recent history where you've had 2 of the top 5 players in the league on your team.
Right.
So, and out of that experiment, they was 3 for 4.
That's good. That's 75%.
Yeah. Or no, 2 for 3. They were 2 for 3. I'm sorry.
Yeah, 2 for 3.
So that's still a D.
No, you got more than half. You got more than half right.
66% is I don't care.
You
what
got
kind
more
of
than half right. That's better than an F. See, you could take a D home without getting your tail whooped. You take that F home. Yeah. You know what it is. You know.
But
you know
I mean, but nobody's gonna call the Warriors Durant time a D.
And they didn't win because of injuries.
Mm-hmm.
Durant got hurt. Klay Thompson got hurt.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yep.
LeBron didn't nobody get hurt on that Miami team. They just lost.
Yeah, I mean, as much as I like to nitpick LeBron and that Miami Heat team and how they just got embarrassed and bullied by Dirk and Jason Terry and those guys, which was great for me to watch, but they still made it to the NBA Finals 4 times in a row.
Yeah.
So,
but I mean,
you gotta give them some.
But if you don't win, that's like kissing your sister. You know, to go and don't win.
Well, I mean, depending on where you're from, some people like that.
No. No, don't do that.
I mean,
I'm talking about tongue kissing.
We might have people from Kentucky watching or listening.
No, don't.
You know, that ain't, you can't just.
You wouldn't do that. You just give your sister a hug. Tell her you love her.
Well, they probably tell her they love her too.
Kisses to yourself.
No, but all right, we'll circle back around. We talking about the Mavericks here. Is that where we started?
Yeah, that's what we was talking about. The Mavericks.
The Mavericks.
4-18.
Yeah. Well, so bottom line, they've got allegedly 2 of the top 15 players in the league on their team, and right now they're on the outside looking in the playoff race.
Right.
And they were on the inside. They were in the playoffs when they got in, and so since they acquired one of the top 15 players in the league, they've regressed as a team.
But I don't think that for real, I didn't think that was a good fit when they got him. Because Luka's a ball handler and Kyrie's a ball handler. And neither one of them plays defense.
Yeah.
So I never thought that was a good team. I mean, a good trade. You know, I feel like Kyrie's just out of place. You know, he just got to find his place. And and they're not going to find a good place. He's not going to find a good place in Dallas.
Okay. Because
they are in love with Luka. And you got to know that Dallas is a team that, you know, they like certain players. Can I say it like that? They like certain players. And Luka fits that certain player mode. So,
oh man,
you know.
So, I want this to be the last time we talk about Kyrie today. But you said Kyrie is just out of place.
Yeah, I think he's out of place.
Does Kyrie have a place? Where is Kyrie's place?
Yeah.
What is Kyrie's place?
He's a outstanding point guard. What you talking about?
But on the team, like what role is Kyrie's role? What is his place?
A scoring point guard.
He was a scoring point guard for Boston. He was the head dog there.
No,
with Jason Tatum and
I don't
Jaylen
know
Brown.
No, he was in Boston. He said that them guys was too young, and at the time they were too young. But when he left,
so he had to leave because they was too young. Looked like they had said it as soon as he left. like Kyrie was holding them back.
Right.
And they was a slingshot. Like
right.
Getting, it was addition by subtraction.
But he's a point guard. He's a scoring point guard. And, they was trying to really get Jason Tatum to be the person to be the player that he is, And Kyrie was like, look, man, hold on. I can't go with this. Y'all want to do that, go ahead. Let him do it and let me go somewhere else. But he's a scoring point guard, man, and he just need to find him a spot where he can be Kyrie and he can cook. Because if you let him cook, man,
I think that's the issue, man. I think you gotta let Kyrie cook. It's kind of like, to me, I kind of think of it like, how in the team dynamic, it's usually a number one guy and a number two guy. Joel Embiid, number one guy. James Harden, number two guy.
Right.
Giannis Antetokounmpo, number one guy. Drew Holiday, number two guy.
I thought it was Chris Middleton.
I'm taking Drew.
You taking Drew?
I'm telling Chris get in the back.
Okay.
They got shotgun covered. I think Kyrie won't accept being a number two. I think if he's going to be a number two, you got to treat him like a number one. Like, he's like, nah, I'm not number two. I'm 1B. What do you mean?
Okay.
I'm not because I think in Brooklyn, I think the way that with him and Durant being able to play together this year, they did well while they were both in the lineup.
Right.
Is Kevin Durant treated him like a number 1B. Like, go ahead, Kyrie, cook.
Yeah.
And you get to Dallas, it's kind of like, you're not Luka. This is Luka's team.
They ain't got no B spot.
Yeah. This is Luka's team.
Right.
Kyrie, we love you. This is Luka's team. Get some shots up.
Exactly.
And in all instances, defer to Luka, and Kyrie defer to Luka. And Kyrie probably think he better than Luka. Like, man, I'm better than Luka. Like, if I was 3 inches taller, y'all be worshiping me. Like, but. Yeah. I think that might be Kyrie's dilemma, is that he wants to be, or I think he's just lost interest in Dallas. I think they don't treat him like he treat Luka, and that turned him off. And it was like, oh, so y'all gonna treat dude like that and me like
this? You guys know where he's at, and from the owner, you know what I'm saying. You got to know
Kyrie.
That's the type of owner that you got, that he wants a certain type of player.
Mm-hmm.
He likes the Dirk Nowitzki's. He was in love with Dirk Nowitzki. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, he was in love.
Rightfully
with Dirk
so.
Nowitzki.
Dirk was a great player.
Dirk was pretty good. He was pretty good.
He was a good player.
Good.
I mean, he's like the third best. He's like the third best power forward of all time, probably, to me.
Oh my goodness.
Something like that.
Man, you're gonna have to do some researching on this power forward.
I'm taking Dirk over
because
a lot of those guys.
I say Tim Duncan.
Uh-huh.
I say Kevin Durant. Not Kevin Durant.
Garnett.
Kevin Garnett.
I think he's behind those guys. You got
way behind them.
I'm taking Dirk over Malone.
Oh, who? Karl Malone?
Yeah, I'm taking Dirk over Karl. Give me Dirk.
Charles Barkley? Man, no.
Dirk got a ring, man.
No.
I mean, it wasn't prime Kobe. It wasn't great Kobe, but he beat Kobe and LeBron and won a ring same year. Like, can't nobody else say that probably.
Dirk, no. He way behind them guys. And them was just a couple that I just came up off the top of my head.
I think those are the 1 and 2 though.
Garnett
and Duncan.
Well,
I don't know. We had this conversation. I called Tim Duncan a center, but
yeah.
But if you want to call Tim Duncan a power forward, then it'd be Duncan, Garnett.
Okay. Well, the last team was my Warriors.
Ooh, let's hear it. We call her.
Well, I called her a bad bitch. You know, and I still feel that way. But Andrew Wiggins, man, I know you're going through some tough times right now, but bruh, you need to bring it on back, man. I mean, you know, let it go. I mean, I don't think it was a death or nothing in the family. I could see if it was a death in the family, and you know, but there was no death in the family. But you know what I'm saying? You gotta come on back, man. We need you. We need you to come to work, bruh. You know what I'm saying? Come on to work. You done took a few days. You done took months off. You ain't played since February. You know what I mean? You can get over it now. Come on back and play some ball. Get some shots up, man. I mean, we need you. We need your defensive presence. We need your shots to come in with key shots, key buckets at the key moments. So, bro, as long as he come back, I feel like they gonna be a bad bitch because we got GP, and GP he made an impact in the last game.
Okay.
You know, he had a couple steals, looking like GP.
Okay.
You know, and yeah, I'm liking that. We get Andrew back, and we got GP, Bad Bissh, and we gonna make some noise in the playoffs.
My question to you is, were they struggling before Wiggs went out?
I think we was just starting to come into form. We was just coming into form, and then when Wiggins went out, I mean that was like part of our defense. That was like the thumb of our defense. You know what I'm saying? You lose your thumb, and you know it's hard. It's hard to do stuff with just your 4 fingers.
Right. So were they forming a hand to fold? Is that what they were? They were
a punch.
They were punch. Yeah. When we did this, I called her, you know, a bad bitch, and she was flawed. Her hair wasn't done all the time, or, you know, it was some kind of ailment. But man, she don't ever have her hair done.
Not when she on the road.
Yeah.
But when she at home,
yeah,
man, she.
What kind of quality is that for your chick to be bad in the house all the time?
Hey,
like that's when like really, I promise you, man. We in Kroger, she smacked, but when we get her to the crib, I promise you, bruh.
Right. Exactly.
She be man when she come out the shower.
Oh my goodness. It's
a wrap, man. And then I don't know what happened, man. When she walk out the house, man, she just like I don't know, man. She like
You can't take her out of town.
She like scrubs. I don't know.
Yeah.
I can't tell you, man. She just like wearing sweatsuits. I don't know.
But when she at the house, she look good. She look good when she at the house.
Oh man.
You know?
Well, they unfortunately for them, they ain't in position to win the championship at home. So I think she's been miscast. I think I'm gonna go ahead and call them Catfish. They need a correction, man. I think they Catfish, man. Steph Curry, greatest point guard of all time, in my opinion. But his team,
Catfish.
They catfishing out here. They defense, catfish.
Oh yeah, defense. Defense. I ain't gonna even hold you. They do got to pick up that defense. But like I say, with our 2 additions, our defense will rise. And you know, hey, I'm with it.
Yes, sir.
Do we have any honorable mentions?
Yeah. I want to do a speed round. Okay. You know, so we did the recap of you know what our early predictions were, but we, you know, looking at the standings at the end of the year, we missed some teams. We didn't talk about some teams that we didn't see them coming like this. So I'm going to ask you about the Sacramento Kings, our number 3 seed out west. Catfish or Bad Bissh? How do you feel, man?
I think they're Bad Bissh. I predicted for them to fall off like New Orleans to fall off, but they didn't. They held their own, and they hold their own. You know, they done lit the beam a few times, more than I anticipated. You know, they like the beam when they get a win.
Mm-hmm. I picked them.
They are a Bad Bissh.
Yeah, I picked them to be a surprise team.
On this podcast, you picked them to be a surprise team?
Yeah, at the beginning of the year, or beginning of the year predictions. I predict them to surprise some people. And I said, and I'm pretty sure I said that they might not make the playoffs, but I think they're going to be better than what people think they are. Because I think right now, just at the start of the year, I didn't think people picked them for anything other than a lottery.
Okay.
So I expect them to be an improved team this year, but they're way beyond that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bad Bitch. I think are at the end of the year. For the duration of the year, they definitely been a bad bitch. But going forward here,
You think they're gonna get knocked out in the first round of the playoffs or something?
No, not in the first round, but they gonna be playing Memphis in the second round.
Okay.
And so I just don't think they're gonna hold up.
Okay.
And I think it's unfair to call them a catfish though, but I think they just gonna be up against a badder bitch.
Okay. Okay.
All right, so
next team.
Phoenix. We didn't talk about Phoenix at the beginning of the year. All they had was Booker and Chris Paul. And now they had Kevin Durant, who comes back today and should change that whole dynamic. Because when he was playing, he changed that whole dynamic in the games he did play for him.
Right.
So, bad bitch or catfish, man.
I'm gonna say bad bitch. Although I don't want to say they're a bad bitch, but yeah, they're a bad bitch.
Now, second round, it's probably a matchup with Denver. Who would you take? Just both teams at full strength, assuming nobody's hurt.
I would want Denver to win, but I would feel like Phoenix will win. Okay. If I was to put money on it, I would put my money on Phoenix.
So what you're saying is you want Phoenix to lose. That's what you're really saying. You want Phoenix to lose. Oh man. Okay, I see right through that. So, all right. So Memphis, real quick. Bad bitch, catfish. We didn't talk about them last time.
Memphis is a bad bitch. Memphis is a bad bitch. Them boys been winning without Ja. When Ja was suspended those games. I mean, even last year when Ja went out, they still won without him. They got a hell of a coach. They got a nice bench. Although Brandon, that one guy, what's his name? Brandon, he hurt.
Brandon Clark. Brandon Clark, yeah, power forward, yeah.
Yeah, he hurt. He gonna be out the whole rest of the season.
He done for the year, unfortunately.
But even though
he's a good piece,
they had other guys to step up. And
they got Aldama. They got some guys that can play in that spot, so they're fine.
Yeah, so I say they're a bad bitch.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely. I mean, they've been who they were all year. They've been maybe after like the third weekly season, they've been in that 2-3 spot all year.
Right.
So I don't see that changing. I think they were number one for a little bit too, and yeah, they're just who they were all year, and I don't see it being no different in the playoffs. And I see them going to the Western Conference Finals.
Okay.
We'll see who they play.
Now, a team that's really surprising.
Okay.
That we didn't talk about at all. The New York Knicks.
Yeah.
The New York Knicks.
Yeah, they've improved a lot. Brunson has he showed it in the playoffs last year, the type of player he can be.
Right.
And this year he's reiterated it. He showed that the playoffs were not a fluke. This is who he is.
Exactly.
He got paid. People probably thought he got paid too much.
But hey man, he made them better.
Oh yeah, he definitely made them better. And I don't expect them to make it out of the second round. But if they did, I'd be surprised. But it's not. I know it's not outside the realm of possibility because when you have good guard, we have a good guard, and Randall's a dog.
Yeah. And
so
former Laker.
Yeah, former Laker. Yeah. And so I think sometimes that's enough. Sometimes that's enough. I know in the NCAA tournament, guard plays. The tournament pretty much goes where the guards go. But the Knicks, man, I don't really see them making it past the second round. But if they did, I wouldn't be shocked because I know Randall would have to, just bully some guys, and Brunson would just have to be hot. Yeah, just get hot, and he can get hot.
So what you think, Catfish or Bad Bissh? New York Knicks.
I mean, for the season they've been a Bad Bissh.
Okay.
But going, if you look into the playoffs and how far they can go, I'd call them a Catfish.
Okay.
Looking forward.
Okay. I would say that they are. Sexy catfish.
A sexy catfish, another one, huh?
Another sexy catfish.
Well, Denver way sexier than they are. I'll tell you that.
Well, the reason why I'm saying that they're a sexy catfish because they've been balling all year.
Definitely been balling. New York back on the map.
I don't think that they're gonna really do a lot in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I'm calling them a catfish.
Yeah, and that was my reasoning. That was my logic too. But speaking about somebody who could make noise in the playoffs. Maybe, potentially, theoretically, the LA Lakers. They've been down all year. They've been hurt all year. Anthony Davis been in and out of the lineup. LeBron's been in and out of the lineup. But now they've got their whole team, and they're making a push for the playoffs. If they get in there, if they get in the play-in, do you see them doing anything? Catfish, Bad Bissh? Do you see, can you see it in the realm of possibility of them winning anything outside of the play-in? Because, nobody cares if they can win the play-in games.
They might not win the play-in game.
That's definitely the realm of possibility. Definitely the realm of possibility.
The game. They might get spanked in the play-in game. I'm calling them catfish.
Catfish? Yeah, I'm calling them catfish too. I mean, I could see how people can get worked up and be like, I don't know, man. Anthony Davis on Jokic? LeBron on Jamal Murray, they got the best two players.
Dude. He would.
Well, he ain't gonna bully Anthony Davis. Ain't no way.
He gonna put that body all on him.
No way.
He gonna put the body on him, and man, he gonna do whatever. He gonna do whatever he want to do. He gonna have his way. He gonna have his way.
Nah, he ain't gonna body Anthony Davis. I mean, he gonna get his points. He gonna score whatever.
He gonna get his rebounds.
But he ain't gonna. I think Anthony Davis gonna be putting up numbers on him. He gonna be, Jokic ain't gonna be out there stopping him.
AD ain't gonna be in the paint putting up numbers against him.
He gonna get whatever he want. If he want jumpers, he gonna get jumpers. If he want to get in the paint, he gonna get in the paint.
Okay, he ain't gonna have no. He ain't gonna
be scared. He ain't gonna be afraid of Jokic.
It's gonna be like, he gonna have to get his points all around, other than the paint.
How surprised would you be in that series though? If I told you that Anthony Davis outplayed Jokic, would you be really surprised?
I would be.
Really? Okay. I wouldn't be surprised. Even though Anthony Davis
ain't the bubble.
or even though Jokic is a 2-time MVP of the league, I think Anthony Davis
and I'm gonna tell you,
has more talent.
Denver got something to prove because they lost to the Lakers for the bubble championship.
Yeah, in the bubble. Yeah, got beaten in the conference.
They didn't really want the bubble championship. So they gonna let them know, hey, this ain't the bubble.
Yeah, this ain't 2020.
Yeah. So
we'll see.
Lakers, catfish.
Catfish, yeah. I have to agree, man. Even though if they did do something crazy, I can see it, but I don't know how realistic that is. Actually, it's not very realistic at all. Because outside of Anthony Davis and LeBron, I mean, I know they got Vanderbilt, and he's a good
defensive player.
Yeah, he's a good hustle player. A lot of passion, a lot of heart. But I mean, you need more than that sometimes, especially when you're going against a better team.
All right.
So toughness and all that stuff, that'll get you somewhere, but I don't think it'll get you past the number one team in the league, record wise, when they've got home court advantage. And you've got to, take 4 games out of them, and you got to win probably at least 2 home games or road games to beat them, because you ain't going to go undefeated at home against them, because they're the best team in the league, record wise in the West anyway. All right, well, just real quick, we got Minnesota. You see, they've got Anthony Towns back. They got Edwards back. Catfish, Bad Bissh. I mean, because they haven't had their Towns hasn't been healthy all year, and now they're getting healthy and they're starting to play well.
I'm gonna call him a Catfish.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call him a Catfish. Although I like them. I like how they've been playing lately.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna call him a Catfish.
I agree. Catfish. What about the LA Clippers?
They definitely Catfish.
They definitely, yeah.
They definitely Catfish.
Would they be Catfish if Paul George didn't get hurt?
Yeah, because I don't think that they would. I don't think they would make no noise in the playoffs.
Okay. Yeah, they have to play Phoenix in the first round. Like if this start today, and I'm taking Durant all day, man. I'm taking Durant all day.
Yeah.
That'd be like Durant's revenge for the finals. You know, Kawhi Leonard won a chip from him.
Mm-hmm.
Be like the first time he get to sing for real.
Mm-hmm.
So, and one last honorable mention, the Chicago Bulls.
Man, they've been playing pretty good since they got Patrick Beverly, but they still Catfish.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, Levine's been playing good. DeRozan is DeRozan.
Levine.
Yeah, but I think that's all they got.
Yeah, once you get past that, ain't nothing else.
Yeah, I mean, you wish Vucevic would be giving them more, but you know, like we say, it is what it is, man.
Yeah. Hey, you got anything else?
I think that's it, man. I think we gave them enough, man.
Okay. Well, you know, this is what we do when we through. Peace. Yeah, check us out. You can check us out on any of those podcasts that we got. Sports Spit. Check us out anywhere you get your podcasts. J. Maurice, Slake Vic.
Yes, sir.
Check us out.
SPORTZ.
SPITT.
Yes, sir. Sports Spit. Holla at us.
All right.
Subscribe, listen, support.
Yeah. All right. Peace.